Hello. I wanted to go over today the procedures and expectations for remote learning, something that's going to take us a little while to figure out and to be able to fully do successfully. So, I wanted to start off with our daily class procedures and just kind of go over the schedule and what we'll be doing on a daily basis. So, your first step is to log into WebEx, be on time, be ready at the beginning of class to log in and to be present because I will be taking roll. I usually will give you about a 5 minute kind of window to come on in and to be able to get on WebEx. I know sometimes we may have problems, and if we do, no problems, just go ahead and you could let me know. You can email me or you can send me a little kind of chat in the space and tell me you're having issues. Whatever you need to know, whatever you need to do is fine with me. Okay. When you go ahead and log in, also put your audio on mute so that way I can begin talking and we won't have distractions going on with everybody kind of shuffling around. And I'm going to take roll. I'll check in with you guys and give you the instructions for the day. Then what you will do is you're going to follow the agenda. Okay? On Schoology, there's going to be a remote learning folder for the current unit. And each day is going to have its own folder with the agenda on the top and then all the materials that you need in order to complete the tasks. And this will include having something to turn in at the end of the class period, unless otherwise noted. But there'll also be videos like this where you're hearing me talk about certain lessons or showing you something. So there'll be a bunch of different things for you to do during the class period. I wanted to also mention that vocab quizzes are going to be different now because we just can't do traditional vocab quizzes on the internet in this remote learning situations. So quizzes are now going to be turned into activities. And activities are going to be something about using vocab words in context. For example, writing a short paragraph using 5 vocab words of your choice. You get credit for using the 5 vocab words correctly in context, and that basically will count for your vocab quiz grade. Of course, you can use your book, so it's not going to be memorization necessarily of the vocab words. It's more going to be being able to successfully use it in context with maybe some prompt that I give you. I will no longer be checking vocab homework. So all of that's gone. I've removed some of that from Schoology in the gradebook as well. I don't want you guys to be sending me all of your vocab homework pictures. I don't need to see it. So I'll no longer be checking that. And I wanted to go over some expectations next. Okay. First off, I want to acknowledge that remote learning is not ideal. I, too, think that web conferencing and recording myself like I'm doing here is awkward and strange. So I would rather be at school and see you guys in person, face to face. However, we will do the best that we can and give ourselves and each other grace. I'm also new at this and I'm learning, so there may be some issues as well that we'll have to work through. And of course, I'm going to give you guys grace when you're also trying to figure out how to be able to access everything and making sure your internet connection is okay. We know that there may be a lot of problems and we're going to be allowing for those problems. So just know that I'm not going to be super, super strict or anything like that. We're going to figure out what we can do to make sure that this works for everybody. I want you to commit to doing your best and to realize that you're still in school, you're still in class, even though you're at home. And you have to try to do your best in order to be able to do this. You may need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, like if we're video conferencing, but in the end, it's so much better than just not having school, and the whole experience will be worthwhile. But I'm going to miss seeing you all in person. Expectations: you show up on time and ready to be an active participant in class. 2, you are prepared. You've read and you've made notes for yourself. You've done the homework or done any sort of classwork that we have done. You're just kind of ready to go. You are distraction free. Your phone is in another room while you are in class. You exit any websites you do not need during class. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how to be distraction free. It's really difficult to work from home. I know. I try sometimes on the weekend and sometimes I fail. So it's very difficult. And we're going to talk about maybe some strategies that can help you out. And the last expectation is that you are respectful. We follow the same standards of kindness and mutual respect online that we do in class. If we are talking to each other, we acknowledge that everyone has a valid voice. If we're working in a discussion boards, or if we're doing something on a Google Doc and you're working with somebody else, we still follow the same qualities of respect and kindness to each other, even though this is an online situation. And here are some more expectations that are continued here. You probably know already and have heard that you're supposed to be wearing appropriate free dress. Anything that you're basically wearing that I can see should be something that is comfortable and is appropriate for a professional atmosphere. You may be wearing yoga pants, and I probably will too, let's be real, but we're not going to be seeing that. So it'll be totally fine. Professional and appropriate language is expected, either written or spoken. So please use your words or your GIFs or your emojis carefully. Okay, and make sure that you know that we are in class. This is a professional time. We have fun. We always have. But when it's time to get down to work, it's time to get down to work. We will not be video conferencing the entire time. We usually will just go in and check in, and then you're going to have different things that you are doing. However, I will be available on your WebEx space during the entire class period. So you can type your questions. You can chat with me during that. If you're having a problem or you don't know quite what to do, I will just write directly in that WebEx space and let you guys figure it out. Or if these are general questions, if you're having trouble, this may be questions that can help a lot of people. If you have an individualized question, something that is personal to you, please email me. Let any family members who are at home know that you are attending class and you won't be available until after class. Try your best to stay off apps or websites that may be distracting. Put your phones away. Don't answer calls or texts during class. Just wait until you are done with all of your work. And it's also really important to create a workspace for yourself. If you're in bed doing this, you're going to want to go to sleep. If you are next to a TV, or if you are just like sitting somewhere, that is usually a place where it's a little bit more fun for you. You're not necessarily going to be able to do the work that you need. If you create a little section of your house for yourself that is fully for work, that has your books, that has your materials, your supplies, then you're going to be more productive. And like I said before, it's difficult to do this, and just having that little space, that little desk for yourself, or that little corner in a room that is all professional stuff, is going to make you be able to do things more efficiently. Okay, so that's it for our expectations here and our kind of general procedures for the day. Now it's time to continue with your assigned tasks. So you're going to go back to the agenda on Schoology in those folders, and you're going to follow the directions for the day. Go in order for what we're doing for every single day. You're going to see that you have a sample unit test due, and that is going to be due by midnight tonight. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time than after class in order to do that. So please make sure that you get that turned in, so that way next class we could talk about that a little bit more. Okay, go for it, guys. Get the work done, and I will see you later.